Hi Mike, this is Bobby Mitchell with Kraken Digital Marketing, and this is going to be a little short presentation for you just to go over what we found and what we're going to be able to do for you to get you moving forward with selling your life insurance products. So we'll take a few minutes just to go over a little bit about who we are. We were founded in 2016. So we've been open for a couple years. We have thousands of hours of research between our staff, and we've ranked hundreds of pages to #1 for just dozens and dozens of clients. We work exclusively with clients on a selection basis, so we don't just go out there and blast everybody and try to get every client we can. We choose the ones we want to work with because we choose the niches we want to work in, and then we hone our skills in those niches. So there's no cookie cutter formula for us. We try to really work with people that we think are going to work best with us as partners and to help us grow their business. So some of the things we provide, now I'm not going to provide all of these unless you request them, but it's a lot of things that we go over. Definitely search engine optimization and lead gen. Those are two of our top tiers right there. Traffic monitoring, email and text campaigns. We do some web design. We also have a public relations department where we do video, event planning, charity events. We do print media. We also have a little buying power into TV, press releases, movie theaters, and other things that that if you want those, I know you said you were doing some of that already, but if you wanted those services, we can look and see what's available for you. We develop a marketing strategy based on your needs. So what that means is we want to do what you need done, not what we want done. And we listen to you. We'll look at your competition. We'll look at your market. We'll look at your business. And we'll try to put together a plan that encompasses all those things to move you where you need to be over the short and the long-term goals that you have. So we really want to partner with you in driving what your needs are and what your goals are, and then we put together that plan. We are Google certified, so this means we've taken all the training and the courses to understand how Google works. I personally have 4,000 or 5,000 hours over the past few years working in research and development, working in Google with their products, learning their skills, learning what I need to do to make our clients function better inside of Google properties. So this is just a little bit of what we have to show that we understand how Google works, and that gives us a little bit of a benefit for you in getting the bang for your buck, because we're not going to fumble around and try things that don't work. We already know what works. We also offer what's called traffic filtering. We are only one of 5 agencies in the entire country that offer this service. The developer of this is a good friend of mine, and what we do is anytime we run ads, pay-per-click, or we're running traffic to your website, we're able to filter that traffic and block out any malicious attempts to hack your site, any click bots, any competitors. So when we run an ad, for instance, on Google, and we're spending, let's say, $1,000 a month on an ad, about 40% of those that click on your ads could be bots, could be your competition, could be malicious people just trying to spend all your marketing dollars. We can identify those people and block them out. And this is our website right here. So you can see we had 16,000 visitors to the website. Let me go back one second. 16,000 visitors to the website. 8,000 of those were target traffic. So that's traffic we want. And then 7,500 of those for this period were disposed. So we got rid of those. We blocked them. We filtered those guys out. And this here just shows the bad and the good humans. So out of that number, we had 4,500 attempts by bad humans, and we had 2,000 visits by good humans. We want the good humans. So what this does for you, for your ad spend, this eliminates the trial and error. This eliminates you wasting any money, because every dollar that you spend and every click that somebody makes, we're going to make sure it's a real human person clicking that ad, not a bot, not a software, not a click farm. And if we see your competitors do it, we can track those IPs and block those IPs out so they can't do it again. So this is exclusive to us. So there's only a handful of them in the whole country that do this, but we offer this as a service. Protect your assets and your money. So 90% of people are going to their mobile devices to find a service or a product. When they do that, and also when people go to desktops or laptops, 90% of those people, all people that search, are searching through Google. So Google has 9/10 of the market share, and 9 out of 10 people go to Google first. So you could realistically say about 99% of the people out there that are searching for product or service, when they go online, they go to Google. And you can see here on this little presentation that Google owns a large percentage of the market. And you see under Facebook, most people think Facebook would be big, but it's just a small percentage of the market. It just happens to be where people hang out a lot of the times. As far as advertising and reaching a market, we focus strictly on Google, and then we throw a little Facebook and YouTube in there just to try to capture those other folks while they're over there taking care of their personal business or socializing. So as far as SEO goes and pay-per-click, 62% of people will go for the organic clicks. I know I'm one of those. I usually skip over the pay-per-clicks and go straight to the organic rankings to find what I'm looking for. Here's the statistics for it. 3% of people will click the ads. 63% of people will click on the organics. Where it says over here on the right, 35% don't click. Well, that just means that they found what they were looking for on that page, and they probably didn't need to go any further. Maybe it was just a question they asked, and a Q&A little snippet popped up for that. So this is why we put SEO at the core of our business, and we also do the pay-per-click as a add-on, as a short-term goal. And again, organic drives 20% more traffic than the paid ads. Okay, so I just want to give you that foundation before we start looking at your website. So looking at your website, this is a corporate site. You've got a page inside of that site, and that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. It's a good site. The content on there is fine. There's nothing really we need to do on the face of it to change anything you have. All the information there is in front of you. And then we found what we think is your Facebook page. It matched the website. It matched the phone number. It's pretty generic. I see you've got some clip art on there. So we need to get that tightened up and get it more personalized to who you are. And then we'll build on that. And I'll talk about that in a minute. So I got the looking for you. The reason I asked for your address because I needed to do some research to find out how you were showing up online. So here you are looking for insurance agencies at your address. And the only one that came up with that address was River Ridge Insurance Agency. Now, you may have changed your name. That may have been a previous agency, gone out of business. I don't know. I really doesn't matter to me what it was. But that's what's showing up. That's what Google thinks your address is all about. It doesn't know your other name that you had given me. But we need to make sure that everything is consistent across the board. So when I dug a little deeper, again, at this address, River Ridge Insurance Agency, and again, it's your phone number. So Google thinks you're connected to that, but the name doesn't match what you gave me. And then if I go back to your website, we see that you have a Mandeville address, and it's even an incorrect Mandeville address, but still you have a Mandeville address there that once again is confusing Google. The name of the game for Google is consistency, consistency, consistency. That way, across all platforms, everything matches, and they understand what you are and all about and where you are, and then they can render you and show you up to the potential customers. So I looked for North Lake Life Insurance because that's the name you gave me, and there is zero that I can find online with that name. What it tells me is that Google doesn't know it either, and we need to work on building your brand and your authority online so Google understands how to make all those connections and bring you into the fold of a life insurance agency. So a little bit about your competition, and we'll go deeper into it in just a second, but this is showing me, it shows me how difficult it's going to be to get you engaged, get you relevancy, get you found, get your customers. How hard is it going to be for me to do that against all the other competition that's out there? And looking at your website, you've got a strong website, and I'll show you that in a second, but you're missing a few things. So you don't have a real prominent social profile, and we looked at your social page, so we know that. You've got a good domain authority and page authority. Those are two good numbers, but you can see compared to your competitors, you're lacking pretty good. And then you have nearly zero links going to your website. You have no referring domains going to your website. And what that means is nobody's talking about you. Nobody else is connected to you on the internet. And then your citation and trust flow. Trust is really big with Google because they don't want to put up a junk site. They want to give somebody relevant quality content. And when they're looking for life insurance, that's pretty important. So you don't have the trust flow there. So here's what I was talking about. Your website, it's strong. You've got 46 for a domain authority and 25 for a page authority. Those are good numbers. They're considerably good numbers in any metrics that I bring up. That's things I like to see. That's promising. But these zeros over here on trust flow and citation flow, you can see you've got 2 zeros down here in the right-hand corner where everybody else has 24 to 56. So they're pretty strong in that respect. How do we fix that? We need to connect your website to other websites on the internet that have high authority, quality websites. So we do press releases, we do blogging, we do outreach, we create business listings, we create other links to other insurance related type industries online. We do a lot of interlinking, and as we do those interlinkings, Google starts to trust who you are, and you'll see these numbers change. They will definitely move up, and that's going to help you get your rankings and help you get found, help you get to those clients. Speaking of clients, Greater New Orleans. I pulled 2 types of searches, one for the Greater New Orleans area, one for the state of Louisiana, and I stopped there. So for Greater New Orleans, life insurance, and I pulled the niche pretty tight around that term, life insurance. There's a couple different ways you can type it and search for it, and I'll show you those in a second. But there's about 10,000 searches per month in the Greater New Orleans area. 60% of those are coming from mobile phones. Now, you have nothing going on the mobile side right now that's benefiting you, but we can fix that. And you see the other 30% are coming from the desktop. So you've got the traffic there. You've absolutely got the traffic there with 10,000 people per month on average. So this is what it looks like in that Greater New Orleans area. Most people are searching life insurance, 880 people a month. Then they're searching some terms such as Gerber and Global, Prime America. Those are, those are brands, right? But they're still searching for those. And all we got to do is get you in the right place when they're searching for those also. And then we have life insurance companies, 260 searches, whole life insurance, 210 searches, term life, another 210. So you can see with that 10,000 is going to add up really, really quickly. On the side here, you see competition, high, medium. This is a high competition area, and you already know this. Cost per click, if you were to pay for this click right here, it's $32 every time somebody pushes the button. $32, $12, $6. And I'm going to show you how that adds up and how we can get around that with good SEO. Louisiana, that's the next step. 19,000 searches per month on average for life insurance. On the mobile, again, 63%, desktop about 30%. So it's consistent, pretty much consistent across the nation for those types of searches. You've got really strong search results that people are looking for. We just have to get you found online. And right now, your digital presence is, well, you've got a little bit of a identity crisis going on online. Google doesn't know who you are, where you are, or what you do. And we need to fix that. Here's what people are searching in the state of Louisiana. So there's 2,400 searches in the whole state for life insurance. Then we go again, Gerber Global, life insurance companies, there's almost 600. Term life, almost 500, and then it just continues on and on and on. But again, these are high competition ratings, and there's a lot out there. I'm going to show you what those guys look like. So your domain, your main domain, NAAIP.org, and I know you were a page of that. There's nothing going on for PPC or SEO out there for this domain. But when we look at your competition for PPC, now this is paid pay-per-click. This is your Google ads. You've got Health IQ, SelectQuote, Life with America, AIG Direct, Term Life. You got all these guys, and they spending anywhere, I saw from a couple $1,000s to a couple $1 million per month on their ad budget. Now, I'm not going to ask you to compete with the guys spending millions of dollars, but if we do it correctly and we use your budget wisely and we put our traffic filter in there, you're at least going to get a bang for the buck. On the SEO side of the business, State Farm is grabbing 66% of all the related business of insurance. Liberty Mutual, then, you see Geico, MetLife, Progressive, on down the road. This shows me the percentage of traffic that they're grabbing. Of course, again, they're spending millions and millions of dollars, but we're not going to go against them directly. We're going to go around in some clever ways to get traffic without having to go head to head with these guys. Okay, so I told you what it would look like if you had to pay for those clicks. I just pulled up some of the top 5 terms for Louisiana: life insurance quotes, whole life, policies, companies. And you can see here's the search results. And then if you got to number 1 with this is how much traffic you would get. So at number 1, you would get about half of all the traffic. And number 1 gets anywhere from 40 to 60% of the traffic, just depends on the terms. And then your cost per click, $32 all the way down to $26. And then your cost in AdWords. So if we go after with just spending pay per click after life insurance, to get number 1, you'd have to spend $31,000 per month. Out of that, we extrapolate with our conversions of how many people would actually call you. And we figured about 24 people out of 960 would call. That's about 5% would call you. And then out of that, you would get about a third of that would actually make an appointment that you could actually sell. Based on industry standards, and I had to pull some data, but I was able to find that the lifetime customer value for an insurance quote or insurance policy is about $3,000 per client for a lifetime value. We take that number, we put it in our algorithm, and you would generate about $43,000 paying Google to run ads. However, you would spend $56,000 to get that 43. So literally you would go in the hole to get that. So we don't want to do that. We do like spending some PPC money up front to get things moving along, but in the long term, SEO is going to be your best bang for the buck. So what I propose for you guys is you would set a budget at $10,000. Let's just stay with that. We could take 10% of that, rebuild your social media, your Facebook, create that and build an audience with some clever ads, some ad placement, engagement, always having some good content moving through every week, engaging with customers, getting out there in front of people where they can find you when they're on Facebook, because we know people spend a lot of time there. We also want to work on your branding, get a message out there of who you are and what you do locally, and then we'll grow that bubble as time goes on. Local marketing, that can be events, that can be sponsoring charities, that can be meet and greets, that can be events. We have a great public relations team. We have a videographer, we have a professional photographer, we have a design artist, we have web designers, we have all these people in place that can help you with your public relations and social media profile, because you need to have a good presence out there, again, that's consistent and that conveys who you are, what you do, and to reach the right market audience. Then we take 40% of that and go into ad spend. Give it straight to Google and Facebook. That's the fastest way to get leads coming in for you. And like I said, we're going to get you more bang for your buck because we're going to use our filters to get rid of all that shady traffic and get only real people clicking on your ads. So your conversion rate is going to be much higher because you're dealing with people that are actually going to follow through with their intentions. And then the other 50% we would need to put into SEO. That encompasses a lot, really. It's building your profile online. It's getting the consistent listings and citations that you need. So when someone searches for life insurance, and then /city, be it Baton Rouge or Kenner or Harahan, Gramercy, wherever, but any city they search for, then they're going to find you in that city. We need to build your authority, start ranking your web page up the line, and to get you found somewhere. Right now, you get found nowhere, so you're starting from zero. So this is the long-term strategy. We've got to start building you some authority, get you on page, and then get you moving up the pages on Google to where you can get found. Once we get that organic in there and get it sticking, then we can drop back on that ad spend on Google and Facebook, because now you're going to start showing up in many different ways online where people can find you. And we're going to build all these citations, all these business listings, all these platforms that you're going to be on. So it's not just one place people can go to find you. I want to have hundreds of places where people can go and find your information. And it's all going to be the same information that leads them right back to you. And then, of course, we'll make sure we take care of your mobile optimization to where when those 9 out of 10 people are searching on their phones, that you're there, they're able to respond to you by message or text or fill out an opt-in form, whatever it may be, but we want to make sure that they have the easiest way to find you and get moving forward. Let me hop out of this real quick and move over to what we have here. So Northlake Life Insurance, again, I didn't find them anywhere, but I did take a good look at your website. We can definitely work within your budget. That's a good budget. Again, we'll split that up into different areas to make it go further and to try. We just want to give you the most bang for your buck. And I would think that at some point we need to pull back a little bit from the print, radio, media, and all those different platforms that you're using. And here's why I say that. There's no way to measure how many people saw your billboard and how many people are going to call you from that billboard. It's unmeasurable. And I have friends that sell billboards, so I'm not being biased here because I know what business they're in and I know how it works. There is no metric they can give you except there's a traffic count. There's 50, 60, 80,000 people pass that billboard. Doesn't mean they're looking at it and doesn't mean they're going to call you. Radio works okay, but you can't measure that. It's only a listening area. Print, obviously you send out your mailers and you know how many people have called you from whatever code you may have on your mailer. That's all fine and dandy, but in the end, SEO and the PPC online is the two that you can measure. You can literally measure click per click, person per person, call per call, and you know that you're getting some return on your investment. You'll have the assurance that something is being done on your behalf because you're going to see these properties. When you Google your name, you're going to start showing up at all these places. So it's not going to be difficult to notice what's going on. Okay. Well, Mike, I hope that helps. Again, look over this. Let's talk after you watch this. I can put a proposal together, and the proposal is just going to basically say what I said, but in writing. And I'm eager to move forward with you. I think you would be a pretty good client. I see there's a lot of work that you need online to get you set up where you need to be. Right now, you're just not consistent. Google's real confused about what you have going on, and we need to clean that up. Get a good foundation set and get business coming to your door, right? That's what you need. Okay, well, have a great day, and we'll talk later. Thank you.